It's gonna go. I guess this time it's gonna go. Did you come to join me? Alright guys, we're back and we're gonna hopefully finish the favorites list on the Super Nintendo. I'm gonna go over just a couple of these and play a little bit of each of these, and we're gonna try to get through the rest of them. We may make it, we may not. The way that I'm kind of going through them, though, should make it through and it shouldn't be too bad. First one is Flashback, A Quest for Identity. I've tried playing this a few times. I don't really understand what I'm doing. Even with a walkthrough, it's kind of iffy. It's supposed to be like a... As you can see, the graphics on it, on the story part of it, are kind of... supposed to be advanced. The game itself for me is just kind of weird. The story is kind of odd too. They did a remake or updated ones of this one that I think came out not too long ago on the modern systems, and it's not letting me hit start. Okay. Wouldn't really matter on the options anyways. I think it's whatever difficulty. I'm not going to go too much into the story. You can see the code up there. I know if you fall from right here, you die. You can fall certain amounts. You can actually, if you hold down a button, the character will run. Doesn't really help you to jump. You can go over here and stuff. You can also pull out a gun that you're supposed to be able to use. And go down here and get this hollow cube. I think it's where I got stuck the other day. It gives you a little message and everything whenever you pick it up and everything. I'm going to try to get back up there and try to use this hollow cube here. You gotta be like in a certain specific spots, like jump up. I don't like this game at all. I'm glad I didn't rent it at the video store, or I would have been really ticked off. I'm not sure what you're supposed to do with that little machine over there. I don't think shooting at it does anything. One of those, there it goes. I'm gonna try to use the item. I don't think it helps though. No, it doesn't. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Nope. No, stay away. Ah! He's following me. See, now I'm down here. I don't know where to go. I mean, I know how to get like back up there, but I don't know where to go outside of that. I'm sorry, guys. I don't know much about this game here. I don't, and there's not a whole lot to go on either. Of just maybe trying to figure it out or something like that. But even then, I don't think you can jump right there. Oh, that sucked. Okay, we've had about enough of that. You guys can kind of see why I don't like it. I don't even know, even if I would sit there and play through it with a walkthrough, that it would make too much sense to me. Again, might be somebody else's type of game, not mine. Now here's Mortal Kombat 1. Remember when this one came out? Got it almost the same day it came out. Didn't care that it didn't have the blood in it. That was fine with me. the fact that it was Mortal Kombat was okay anyway. I didn't care if it didn't have the blood. Plus, you had to put in a code for the blood on the Sega anyway, so it really didn't matter. So, in case you guys didn't know what Mortal Kombat was, because this was a big deal when it came out anyway, but a lot of people on this one, they sweat instead of bleed because Nintendo had a very strict policy on blood. Of course, you have Shang Tsung, Goro, 3 endurance matches, mirror match against yourself, and then you face everybody else. This is your standard tournament fighter. Street Fighter 2 came out first and kind of made the genre. Mortal Kombat kind of refined the genre of fighting games. I like Mortal Kombat and I like Street Fighter. I really don't know that I could pick a favorite in between the two, because as Mortal Kombat goes on, there's more characters and there's more of a story that goes along with it, and things like that of that nature. And Mortal Kombat's still coming out with new games today, and which is kind of impressive after so many years. The 3 fatalities that didn't change from the arcade or from any of them are Liu Kang's, where he does a cartwheel and an uppercut. The one you just saw me do, where I pulled off the mask and I blew fire at Sonya. And then hers, which is the kiss thing, that it does that too. The different ones are Sub-Zero rips out your spine when the blood code's in on the Genesis one. He rips out off your head and out your spine. On here, he deep freezes them, goes over there, and hits them, and they break in half. Johnny Cage is on there as an uppercut that knocks your head off. On here, he kicks you in the chest. Kano's he rips their heart out on the blood one. On here, he sticks his hand there and I guess he just rips out your sweat gland or something. I'm not sure. Raiden's on the original he shocks them and the head pops off. On here, it's a little bit better because he just shocks them and they just get burnt to a crisp. And then the other ones are still the same. But this is your typical fighter. Every character is different. It just depends upon who you want to use. I like using Scorpion and Sub-Zero. Those are probably my 2 favorites. And like I said, we didn't care that it didn't have blood on it because it was the game itself. Has pretty good music. I think it's pretty good even to this day, even without the blood. So now we're going to go to Mortal Kombat 2. I had to use a code to beat this one not too long ago. I cannot beat this game. I can get so far up the ladder and I can't win any more matches because no matter, even if you put it on very easy and you pick the easiest ladder, you make it a halfway, or you pick whatever, you can make it halfway up and then the enemies start getting a little bit harder. So this one plays just like the other one. There's more characters this time. They added Kung Lao, Reptile, Shang Tsung, Katana, Jax, Melina, Baraka, and Raiden. Some of them have new moves. Some of them have some of the same moves. The ones they took out are... I don't think Sonya's on here. I think yeah, Sonya and Kano are not on here. You see them at the end of the game in the background as you're facing Shao Kahn. And before Shao Kahn, you'll fight Kentaro. The farthest I've ever made it in the game without using a code of some sort is I hate Baraka. Is farthest I've ever made it on here is pretty much to Kentaro, and usually I don't make it that far because usually Kung Lao or Baraka or Molina stops me and beats the tar out of me. Since Baraka's my first opponent, I'll probably win this fight. There's more fatalities on here. You can actually knock them in the... I don't know how to do this one. You can knock them into the acid there. And there's some other stage fatalities that you can do. I can't remember all the fatalities, but I think they gave everybody at least 2 this time around. But it's... right here you can uppercut them into the ceiling. But it's your typical... it's just like some of the other ones. It's a fighter, and you have more characters. Like I said, I can do that trip thing, but after so many matches, that wouldn't work. After so many matches, I'd actually have to try to figure out how to fight. And that's where my problem lies. I'm not great at fighting games. I never have been. I'll be the first to tell you I haven't been. So, yeah, I don't know any of the fatalities or anything. So there's this one. It's a little bit graphically better. It's out of the 3, I dislike this one. Out of the 3, a lot of people like this one. I remember my friends used to play it all the time. They'd play either the Sega version of it or the Super Nintendo version, because on that one, the Super Nintendo version then has blood. Nintendo allowed it, and the ESRB, the ratings board, was out at that time, so we knew what we were going to get. There's Mortal Kombat 3. This is the one I ended up beating on the Sega first instead of the Super Nintendo. I forget the code, or I would put it in to get Smoke, who's an unlockable character that I use. Like on the last one, I like to use Liu Kang along with Scorpion and Sub-Zero. Not too many other characters. On this one... crap, it's going to make me do the thing. Okay. On this one, there's Sindel, Jax, Kano, Shang Tsung. You got Cyrax now, Striker, Sonya's back, Sector, Nightwolf, Shiva, Kung Lao, and Cabal. There's some new people, there's some old people. Scorpion's not on this one. There's a couple of other people not on this one either, and what happens is they come out with Ultimate Mortal Kombat 3 a little bit later on, and it has everybody else on it. So, you know, you're not feeling left out. This one also did like a combo system, where if you hit certain buttons, like you can see, I'm doing like a little 3-hit combo, and so you can do things like that. There's a stage fatality right here. Everybody had like 2 or 3 fatalities. I think this is where they first put the animalities on there, the babalities, where you can turn them into babies, and all those other friendship ones and things like that. They had a lot of stuff going on these. And there's also a I don't know if it's on here or if it's on Ultimate. You have a run button, and you can use that run button. I can't remember Cyrax's. Basically, it's about graphically superior to the second game. They're about the same. They're about made the same. They play pretty similar. Different characters and things of that nature. You know, things like that. You still fight Shao Kahn, but this time you fight Mutaro at the end. And Mutaro's big he's like a Minotaur. So he's a little bit harder to fight. Like I said, Goro was off the first one. Kentaro and then Mutaro. So, Ultimate Mortal Kombat 3, in my opinion, is probably the best of the Super Nintendo games, followed by Mortal Kombat 3, followed by number 1, and then number 2. But if number 2 is more your thing, and you like number 2, then play number 2 by all means. I just can't play it that well. Now, Star Fox. Star Fox is one of those games that I tried to play it when it came out. I try to play it now. I cannot play this game. I do not like this game at all. Now, like I said, there may be other people that can play this game. I have hit the wrong button on my controller, on my TV. There may be other people that can play this game, but for me, I do not like it. I don't know if it's that I don't understand how the controls work. Maybe it's the graphics on the game. I'm not real sure. I'm trying to get my TV to come back on. You guys are seeing the control thing for the game. I'm trying to get my TV back on so I can see everything. Your controls are inverted. To go down, you press up, and then to go up, you press down, which is standard for most of your flying games. You can change the view. You can roll with either one of those buttons. You can do like a boost. There's a Nova Bomb, a brake, and a blaster. Like I said, I'm not very good with all this, and still trying to get the TV to work. Hold on just a second. We have technical difficulty. Okay, minor technical difficulty. I had to push the buttons on the back of the TV. Like I said, you guys have been staring at this ship. There's a training scenario, or there's the game. We'll just go ahead and go right straight into the game. I tried to pick... One of these is hard, and the other one is easy, and the other one's medium. And I'm not sure which one it is. So we'll try doing this. It kicked me in the middle one last night, and I don't know what happened. Each of the three are different missions too, but apparently they all lead to the same area. I can't even look at this game for very long. It hurts my eyes. It has always hurt my eyes. Like I said, I just cannot look at the graphics on this for very long. It hurts my eyeballs. You have teammates too, by the way. They're supposed to help you with your stuff. I'm trying to switch the view of the ship so that maybe I can look out of the ship, out of the cockpit, instead of... Oop, ain't working. And I'm not real sure what I'm supposed to do. I know I ain't supposed to take damage like this while it's happening. It's got good music on it, don't get me wrong. The game is awesome in the music department, but man, it just... I don't know. This game's just really, really hard to play for me. I didn't even like the N64 version, and it was a tad different. Yeah, if you shoot your teammates, they let you know about it real fast. Of course, usually they're in the way anyway, so, you know, you kind of got to shoot them. See, like, if I could see what was going on, what was coming at me, I'd probably do a whole lot better. I'm just not sure what to do or what happens. And right there, I just crashed and burned. And then they start at the very beginning. I don't know what to do on this game. I don't know. I don't know what it is. I've tried before to do this game and to make it something enjoyable for me, but it just... I don't know. I just don't enjoy it at all. It's problematic for me. I don't know. I just don't enjoy the game at all. And like I said, it causes eye strain, hurts my eyes after I look at it for so long. I don't know. So now we're going to go to Street Fighter 2. This came out and you could get it on the Sega. But there's a problem with the Sega. You have to buy a 6-button controller for the Sega Genesis. The games are pretty similar, but you gotta have a 6-button controller. If you're on difficulty 4 or higher, you'll get an ending when you go through the game. Of course, there's Ryu, E Honda, Blanca, Guile, Dawson, Zangief, Chun-Li, and Ken. I do pretty good with Guile and Chun-Li. I've beaten the game with Chun-Li, Zangief, Guile, and I think Blanca. And maybe Dawson. I'll go ahead and take Chun-Li. And it's your standard fighter. This is the one that revolutionized the fighting genre that most others try to copy. They're still making them today. They're maybe a little bit different than what they were at the time, but always have to remember the Chun-Li on here can't throw fireballs. She can only do the upside down kick or the lightning kick, so I have to remember that. That's like if I play as Guile on some of those other ones, I have to remember that I can only do certain moves. And once you beat all the other 8 competitors that are on the character select screen, you go to face 4 bosses. They're known as Balrog, Vega, and Sagat, and then you face M. Bison. Oh gosh, I'm dizzy. I always have a problem beating up Ken. Ken is like not good for me. Ah, crud. The dizzy effect does not. I do not like that on games. I hate facing Ken. No, you can. Yeah, that's the only move you can do. Oh, there's a fireball for once. Goodness and gracious, all you can do is that uppercut. And then you talk some smack. There's some blood there. Then you go your next opponent. Like I said, after you beat Bison, you beat the game.
Round 1.
But you face everybody, and everybody's got their own moves and everything. It's your basic fighter. Now, Sega got the Champion Edition. I could have swore the Super Nintendo has a Champion Edition, but maybe it's that Mandela effect thing where I thought that something was and it's not. So, we'll just take it for what it is, and I'll just tell you that Sega gets the Champion Edition. And then we got Street Fighter II Turbo. The Champion Edition added the bosses on the Sega one. So this was our answer for that one. We got Street Fighter II Turbo. It added the 4 bosses, but this one added a little twist to everything. You can make the fighters go faster to where they're just ridiculous speed, and everybody's got different colors, and you can hit buttons to make them different colors. Now on here I can play as Vega, and I can play as Bison in addition to my other 2 characters that I usually play as. And there's more fights on this one.
Round 1.
As you see, Chun-Li's clad in gray, and Zangief's, who's usually in red, is now in green. And I'm surprised I beat him on normal difficulty without getting hit. That's kind of a shock. Now, when you fight Zangief, you just don't want him to grab you. That's the only thing. Like that right there. That's right there is what I need to avoid. I'm quicker and he's more, he's stronger. There we go. But same deal. You fight through characters, you fight through the bosses, you get the ending. The only thing is, like I said, I'll show you guys the speed up thing. And also you can, I don't think on the original game you could play as 2 of the same characters when you went to fight somebody on the 2-player one. So, they have. Now, let's see how fast Chun-Li can move now. Yeah, Blanca's got them different skins. And see, now it's faster. There's supposed to be a way that you can even turn it up faster than that. But that might be on Super Street Fighter II Turbo. But as you see, fights are a tad bit quicker. It doesn't really matter on the CPU because they'll move just as fast as you do. And you know. And again, like is normal, the Super Nintendo controller is much better for Street Fighter because it's already a 6-button controller. You don't have to buy anything. Whereas if you, my friends had a Sega and they bought the Champion Edition. Very hard to play with a 3-button controller. That was like Mortal Kombat. When I told you guys I beat it on the Genesis, I beat it with a 3-button controller. And I think it was Ultimate Mortal Kombat 3 I beat with Sub-Zero. And I beat it on there before I beat it on the Super Nintendo. So, you know, between Street Fighter and between Street Fighter 2 and Street Fighter 2 Hyper Fighting, the difference is you get the 4 bosses right off the bat to select, to go through with, and you know, color swaps, and you can fight faster or slower depending upon what you want to do. So we're going to move on to Super Mario Kart. This is one of Danielle's big favorite games. I like this one too. I don't like Super Mario Mario Kart 64, but this is the original, and I tend to like it a little bit better. Now, Danielle needs to do a playthrough of this sometime and show you guys the highest class. I'm going to do 50cc because 100cc is pushing it for me. Mario and Luigi are all around. Peach and Yoshi are fast. Bowser and Donkey Kong are sturdy, but they are slow to take off. And then Koopa Troopa and Toad handle the curves. Now, I'm going to pick Koopa Troopa. Danielle usually takes Toad. The other racers will have power-ups besides me. They can use their power-ups. And normally, whatever order they finish in, normally there's a set order. Whatever order they finish in is where they'll finish. And for me, usually Luigi's riding on my rear end with a star power going, and I got to outrun him. So him and Mario can do the star power thing. Peach throws mushrooms, which make you smaller and easier to run over. Yoshi, I think, throws or lays down eggs, maybe. I think Toad does the same thing that Peach does. I think he throws mushrooms. Bowser throws a fireball. Donkey Kong uses banana peels. I think my character uses turtle shells. The only other thing is a lightning bolt, and it shrinks everybody. Hope I'm on the gas. I am on the gas. You can use the shoulder buttons to go around the curves. Crap. You want to pick up coins. Functionally, you just want to drive. Now, the banana peels you can use behind or in front. I don't know where all the secrets are or anything like that. I just try to drive the best I can and take what shortcuts I know of. Now, a red shell will take out the leader, whoever's in the lead, or whoever's ahead of you at that time. See, Yoshi threw an egg at me because he's in second place now. And I like how they have it on the bottom of the screen. They have the map, which is really nice because it's nice to see who's where and who's in relevance to where you're at. And I hit that egg. I figured I would. Good thing was dummy Luigi ran right into me. I didn't have to worry about it. Oh, whoa! Toad threw a... Oh gosh. That's another thing you gotta worry about. You can get hit by your own traps, like that green turtle shell that's roaming around. That can hit me, and I was the one that used it. And after you win the Mushroom Cup, you can go to the Flower Cup, and then you go to the Star Cup. Once you win them all, you get the Special Cup. And if you're on 100cc, it'll open up 150cc. You get 9 points for a first place win, 6 points for a second place, 3 points for a third, and 1 point for a fourth place win. If you place fifth or lower, you lose one of your lives. course, you start wherever you finished. You can also lay these down. Crap, that's not what I wanted to do. Like I said, this is a Danielle game. She's way better at this than I am. Dumb Luigi hit the green shell. I'll race this race and then I'll quit for the time being. Well, I might show you guys the Ghost House tracks. Those are pretty neat. I like those pretty good. Those are awesome. Danielle's going to do a playthrough of this at some point. I'm going to talk her into it. Maybe. She didn't hear me in here talking smack. I also don't think it's very fair that the computer opponents can use power-ups that they already have. I'm going to litter the bridge with green turtle shells. See, now they can run me over where I'm small. And I go a little slower. But I was not in imminent danger. I got a pretty good lead on Luigi. Whoa! And yeah, it may be the same tracks even on a harder difficulty setting. But, you know, you get to run them all. So, and it's still fun even after you do them all. Even after you run all the tracks, it's still fun. I think it is anyway. And if you play 2 players on here, you have split screen with, I think there's like a little map in the middle. But games nowadays cannot do split screen. They can't handle split screen. No, you either have to play online or you have to play as one person. You see, now on this track, if you run into the wall, you're going to fall off. You'll probably bounce a little bit, but you're going to fall off. You got a feather I can jump over. Use that and do that. Get you a big lead. I'll run this track and then I'll stop. This track's not too bad. You can make that jump with just a regular jump. It's just a little bit harder to do. And then you have to get yourself reoriented. If you fall off the track at any point, the one that has the Lakitu that comes down and has the the race stuff, he'll come by and pick you up. He'll charge you a couple coins, and usually it puts you in a real bad spot. But, you know, Yoshi hit the banana peel. That's not really who I wanted to tag the banana peel. I wish Luigi would have hit it. God, Donkey Kong, get out of my way! You get Donkey Kong in your way and you can't move. By the way, it's Donkey Kong Jr., which would be Donkey Kong on Donkey Kong Country. Forgot to mention that. But anyways, there's 5 races. You go through all 5 of them and you try to win them all. It's a nice racing game. And like I said, I like it better than I like the N64 version of it. Now here's Super Mario World. This is what most people got. This is the first game most people got with their Super Nintendo when they got it. I remember playing this. It has 96 different exits to go through. And you can play 1 player or 2 player. If you have 2 player, you play with first player has Mario, second player has Luigi, and you can give lives to the other person. This is also the first appearance of Yoshi in a game. The Koopa Kids are still on here. You go and you they got a castle in each stage. There's stages that have a yellow Most stages have a yellow... They have what looks like a yellow dot. That means the stage only has one exit. If it has a red dot, it has more than one exit. If you grab 5 of those dino coins, you get a 1-up. You can now do a spin jump. You can now get a cape. I should be running, but I don't feel like it. There are 4 switch palaces you need to hit to make blocks in other ones so that you can get little power-ups as you go along, and also to make bridges and stuff. I'm going to try to show y'all Yoshi once I get there. Whoa! I do like how you can carry an item with you. That's pretty nice. You can actually look up and like throw this at the sky. A little trickery. And this game's just got a lot of stuff overall in it. Crap. Took a bullet bill to the face. It's a charging chuck. Then you hit the goalpost and you get some stars. Once you get 100 stars from the goalpost, you get to play a little mini game to try to get some extra lives. Most of these stages in this first area, in this first world, are just right to left or left to right. You know, finish the stage left to right, and then you just go traveling around, and you just go from point A to point B, and you finish the stage. There's no real secrets or anything. I decided to go ahead and get this one, and also you can save the game at different parts too, and it'll keep a running number of how many stages you've completed, so that you'll know how close to the 96 you're at. You don't have to go through all 96 exits to beat the game, and there's really nothing too much that changes when you do beat the game, except for the satisfaction that you went through everything. And you know, there's that. You could probably go through the game in one sitting. It would take a few hours though, because like I said, there are quite a few stages on it. This is the first time you run into Yoshi. You see, if that hits that many characters, it's going to be a 1-up. Got that. And here's Yoshi. Yoshi can eat just about any enemy. He can do different things with different shells. He can eat these berries if he eats enough of them. If he eats a red turtle, he can breathe out fire. If he eats a blue turtle, he can fly for a short amount of time. Green turtle doesn't do anything. A yellow turtle gives him the ability to stomp the ground. So if you get hit while you're on him, he'll take off, and then you'll have to try to hunt him down and jump back on him. If you already have a Yoshi and you hit another one like I did where there would have been an egg, it'll be a 1-up. You can get off of Yoshi to go up a platform like I'm going to do right here. You just hit the A button for the spin jump. You go up here, and he should be still down there whenever I go back. There he is. If you eat so many fruits, I think it's 2 purple ones, but I think it's 10 of these other red ones. See? And then he'll pop out an egg. There's 2 yellow blocks there. Those wouldn't be there had I not hit the yellow switch palace. You don't have to go down these, but sometimes it's nice to do. Now, if you wanted to get all these, you can't, because you just... And if I was still... There we go. Ah! Poop. Get used to kicking stuff around, because that's kind of how you have to defeat Bowser. I've become accustomed to it. Sometimes you gotta angle your shots and stuff. Yeah, he can even eat these right here. Hit this P. you can do a lot of stuff with Yoshi. Like if you have a cape, you can fly. You just use the cape to like take off and things, and then just kind of drift down. So there's a lot of stuff, and if you keep Yoshi, you get to start with him in the next level too, which is really nice. So if you're good enough to keep your Yoshi for a few times or so, or you don't have to get rid of him, because there will be some times where you may have to get rid of him, then you can use him for other stages, which is nice. Oh! But yeah, that's kind of how that goes. And like I said, I think we've done a playthrough on that. Maybe a short one, I'm not sure. The Addams Family I have played before, and I didn't know it, and I went back and I actually beat the game. There's a lot to do on this game. The control is really slippery. It's a good game, but it's pretty daggone tough. There is a password system on there. It's a pretty tough game because you have to save all the members of the family, and there's a lot of stuff to do. Get used to that squealing sound he makes whenever he but you see, as these doors take you to different areas, and you may have to track and backtrack and everything else. There's some hidden doors in here that have power-ups, one-ups, things of that nature. Sometimes you have to go outside. Sometimes you just gosh, he's slippery and he won't go. And most of the enemies you jump on, or you'll find weapons that you can use on them. Different stuff like that. If you like the Addams Family, I'd check it out. I think it's a pretty fun game. You'll probably die a bunch of times. First couple times through, unless you use a walkthrough or until you figure out what you're doing. Because you gotta go through everywhere. There's like the kitchen, you gotta bounce. And there's just a lot of things, but it's a platformer, a little action adventure platformer. It's not a horrible game. Like I said, the control takes a little getting used to. It's not a bad game though. There's nothing really else to show you on that one. I like it pretty good. The control could be better, and that could make the game a whole lot better. Well, I'll go kind of breeze through these other ones. Here's the Lost Vikings. I finally beat this after a while. It took a while though. It was it's a puzzle game, and I think you can play 2 people. You might be able to play all 3. I'm not sure though, but it's kind of hard to play it that way. You really don't need an option. Password helps. You'll have 3 separate Vikings, and each of them have different abilities. Eric, which is the one with the helmet on, he can run fast, and he can jump pretty high. Can't think of the one's name. One of them's got a bow and arrow and a sword. And then the other one is Olaf, and he has a shield. So you see, if you try to run Eric to the beginning of the stage, or to the end of the stage, he can't go. So you gotta get Olaf. If you press the button for Olaf to put his shield above his head, you can use that as a stepping stone, or you can hold it as you're going down, and you can like fall. Instead of falling straight down, you'll fall, and you can kind of angle where your character goes. The thing of every stage that you want to do is you want to get all of your characters to the exit, and you want to use all of their abilities to get from point A to point B. And then once you get them all to the exit, you go to the next stage. They got kidnapped by like a UFO or like a spaceship or something. And it's a lot of puzzle stuff. Like, you'll find things that you need to do with, like, I'm going to take Olaf out right here. Olaf, like, I got to hit this button. that guy will tell me, see there's some food, that guy will tell me that I need to get bombs to blow up the core of the stage, which the bombs are right here. You can pass through those guys with Olaf's shield. Now if any of your Vikings die, the chances of you getting through the level are fairly slim. Now I tried this the other night and I was not able to do it. I got Olaf down here and okay, I needed to go a little bit further down. Now, what you need to do right here is you need to grab, I cannot remember this guy's name. He shoots with one button, he uses a sword with the other. Oh gosh. That's another thing. You got to remember certain things. Like Olaf's got to come back up here with this. Olaf's your basic, your protector kind of. Now you got to get this one on here, and now you can go on down. So some of it takes some thought process and some ingenuity. You just hit that. I like to take Olaf ahead so that I know what is coming up. Now I need to switch to bombs. Let me see if I can remember how to use these. Crotonian security will be looking for you. You will survive if you will only survive if you work as a team. And then there's some health behind him. Like I said, I like to. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Oh, that's gonna be fun. The elevator's stuck. Ow. See, I took some damage right there. Now I'm gonna go down here and I'm gonna pick up these two guys and then move the elevator up one notch. Okay. Hit the switch right here and see, I can control myself as I go up through here. It won't just shoot me straight up. Actually, I should probably stand him there. Ooh, that's a bad sign. I know you're there. Show yourself. Oh gosh. Yeah. Sometimes you'll find secret stuff too. There's Olaf picking his nose. Now you want to go down here as far as you can, and then you want to use him to go down as far as he can. Then you'll grab Olaf again and go down. Make sure you're turned the right way. And then these two can come down. And they'd probably take him instead. Even though he's about dead. Oh, and they can give weapons to each other. They can change them out. Boy, that was about to end up real bad. It's not like I could give a healing item to any of them there. Alright. So as you can see, you get to the exit. Run Eric to the exit. They had a sequel that was kind of futuristic and space type thing, but it's a little bit different. I think there's like 4 characters. See, and then you get through that stage. But they're pretty fun, and it gets harder as it goes along. You have to try to figure you have to try to figure out how to get them all from point A to point B. I'm stretching for time here because I'm going to try to get these other 5 done real quick. Top Gear is a racing game. I don't really like this first one. because the graphics are kind of hard to look at, and the game itself's kind of hard to look at a little bit. It's not horrible, but it ain't great either. We'll just go ahead and hit the button anyway. Just let me race. Gears, brake, acceleration, nitro, left and right. You pick a car. Can I just race? There we go. I'll show y'all a couple minutes of the race. Yeah, it shows you and then it shows the computer, and look at how many cars are there. Is that not ridiculous? There's like 20 cars all lined up at the line. And then you just kind of drive. Unfortunately, the game's not that responsive. It's not that responsive at all. And honestly, I don't think I've ever come in first place on this in a race. I don't know if the nitro'd help or not. Obviously not. Gosh. And also on the mini map, it just shows where that computer opponent is and where first place is at. As you see, this is very, very difficult. I don't even think the music's that good either. Yeah, 6th. Yeah. And there's like a career mode and stuff, but the game is very, very tough. Sorry, you failed to qualify for the next race. Yeah, because you got to be like 3rd or 2nd or something, or I don't even know if that even qualifies. I think you might even have to win, which is ridiculous. So we're going to play a little bit of Top Gear 2. This one's a little bit better graphically. Too bad I can't say much about the control being much better. I'll race somewhere in the United States, I guess. I don't have a password. Just let me race. Just let me race. Okay, I guess we're racing in Australia. Are we? I just want to race, people. That's all I want to do. Hey, that's fine. On here, you can buy upgrades if you have enough credits and money. As you go through, you can buy better upgrades. So it's a little bit different. I bet I don't have an automatic transmission either. Nope, it's auto. See, this one's a little graphically better. Again, too bad I can't say the same about the gameplay. It is bad. It is really bad. So I'll show y'all Top Gear 3000. It's probably the best out of the 3. It's a futuristic looking one. The graphics are way better than the other 2. The gameplay handles at least better than the other 2. You can do upgrades on this one as well. And it's a little bit better. I actually won a few of these. But you can fix up stuff as you win credits. I won a few of them. Doesn't mean I'll win again here, but hit the gas button. Oh, do you have to hit the gas button when the thing drops? That's kind of stupid. Didn't do that the other day. These repair or recharge. This repairs. So kind of like an F-Zero type vibe. Achoo! Achoo! Oh, thank you. I'm sneezing there, guys. Sorry about that. Still have a turbo, but as you can see, it's about all three of them are about the same. They're just a little bit better graphics versions of it. Show you two more games, and then I'll give you some feedback, and then we're gonna stop for right now, and we're gonna finish Super Nintendo. This is Wolfenstein 3D. This is the first game they made before Doom. This is Doom before it was Doom. There are passwords because there's a lot of places to go. This will look really rough to a lot of you, but this is what it was when it started.
Stop!
And some of you may even play this on a computer. Oh. Oh my. Oh god, this game is so oddly looked, and the music. Dig that groovy beat. This looks like oversized rats. Push the button right here, there's a wall. Go back here and grab you a backpack. Get you some more ammo. And some money. This game is banned in, I think it's some of the Middle Eastern countries because I'll show you in this other room. There's a picture of a man on a wall. In the other versions, and then the original versions, it's Hitler, and there's usually a swastika instead of a cross on those signs. It's such bad taste to do stuff like that. Because it could have came out in so many other places. The game could have, and they ruined it with putting stuff like that on there. Now I've got, I think this is a rifle. Sometimes that's the only way you know there's somebody behind the door. Is you hear them say like halt or stop or something like that. I'm just trying to cruise through the stage pretty fast. And sooner or later there are stages that you do have to go through that you have to find like key cards and stuff like that. As you see, it says floor 1 on 1-1. There's quite a few stages.
Stop!
I heard stop. There's one. Yeah, the other one's hugging the corner. Best thing to do right here is step back on the door. See, you don't even have to reload your gun. I don't think you have to do it on Doom either. I think that's the thing too. I don't think you have to reload your gun. But yeah, this is the one that is before Doom. I played through the game long ago. I had to use codes though. Game gets overly difficult. There is a map. It don't help a whole lot. Heard a door open. I was gonna say I heard a door open behind me. Like I said, I'm just trying to cruise through. Don't shoot those barrels unless you want to get damaged or do damage to a large group of people.
Stop! Stop!
You see what happened right there, don't you? I mowed the room down. Normally that silver door has the switch. You throw the switch. And then it tells you what all you did. So you go through, I think there's quite a few stages of that. I'd like to tell you there's 40 of them, but I don't really remember how many of them there are. And the last game we're going to go over is Zombies Ate My Neighbors. There's two of these too. The second one's called Ghoul Patrol. But Zombies Ate My Neighbors is a 2-player. It can be split screen. You try to save your neighbors from the zombies getting them, and you can get power-ups. You have a squirt gun. There's password because I think there's like 100 stages on this game. You can play as the boy or the girl. I don't think it really matters which one you have. You can pick up different power-ups like pop cans that you can throw at them. I like to turn on the radar so I can see how many people I've got. It tells you how many people there are to save. You just have to run over them and pick them up. You might want to run over and pick up other stuff while you're on it. You can swim in the water. If zombies touch you, they do damage to you. That's your blue bar up there. The other one tells you like how much stuff. You're trying to save the people before the zombies get to them. You can squirt the zombies with a squirt gun to stop them. But as you can see, first stage, not too bad. You go through the door. I could have picked up more stuff, but I was just interested in saving them and getting out the door. As you go through, it gets a little bit harder because you'll have to find keys. You'll have to find other stuff to get in there. And at the end of every so many levels, there's a boss. I think level 2 is Evening of the Undead. The levels have some interestingly fun names. You don't really want to use those. The only thing is you have limited ammo even on your regular gun. Save. Let's see. Boy, you better back up off me. I did this the other day. I think you go up in here and I think you go get this key. And then you go through there. Probably should have went and saved him first. I don't know. All you gotta do right here is just get on up there and you'll save her. Go over here and save old dude in the pool. You got 5 left. I don't remember how many you actually have to save. Get this. I don't remember what this does. I think it. See, one of them got one of the neighbors. I heard a guy. That means one of the neighbors got caught by one of the zombies while I was playing around. Yeah, let me see what that does. There we go. I think it turns me into it turns me into the big purple beast. You can't use your radar when you're the big purple beast. That one big gun you saw me pick up is a bazooka. I missed one of the neighbors. One of them got 8. Or one of them got zombie. And then level 3, Terror in Aisle 5. And this is like a supermarket one. Yeah, so. But that goes on for, I think it's like 100 levels, I think it is. So it's a long game, but it's pretty fun. You have to kind of go through it in one sitting though, because a lot of times when you put in the password, you'll start off with default stuff, and sometimes that's just not good enough. So to summarize on all these, flashback I don't like. I'm not really sure what's going on there. Not really sure. Mortal Kombat 1 through 3, you know what to expect. I like Ultimate Mortal Kombat 3, but all 3 of them are pretty good. Like I said, number 2 is hard for me, but it may be good for other people. Star Fox I also don't like. Other people may like it if you can figure out what to do in there. Street Fighter 2 and Street Fighter 2 Turbo are both very good games. Like I said, a lot of these fighting games are really good. I'll let you know if any of them are not good. Super Mario Kart's probably the best racing game that is on the Super Nintendo, in my opinion. Super Mario World is probably one of the best games that the Super Nintendo has. It's your typical Mario game, 8 worlds. Yoshi. There's a Star Road that's on there as well, and a lot of other places. So it's a good game. It's fun. Addams Family is not for everybody. It's an interesting game, for sure. You may have to play through it a few times to figure out what to do and where to go and things. The controls are a little bit slippery. It's not that the game's bad. It's just a little bit slippery is all. Lost Vikings is good if you're into puzzle games. Like I said, I think there's 5 worlds. I'm not sure how many stages there are, but there is a password to go through them, and it's kind of interesting, especially if you can get a couple of different people to play with you, a couple other people to play with you. I don't think Top Gear or Top Gear 2 is all that well. Top Gear 3000 is probably the best out of the 3. But there are other racing games that I would play besides this. Wolfenstein 3D, good for what it was at its time. We have Doom and stuff now, but and other games like Call of Duty and things like that. But if you don't have if you don't have Wolfenstein 3D, you don't have any of those. This is the one that started it, and this is the one that they built from, and they built Doom and the other ones from. Zombies Ate My Neighbors. It's a fun game, 1 player or 2 player, and I think it's a pretty good game. It's a pretty fun game, even if you go through all the levels and you figure out where everything's at. So. Now, like they're saying on Wolfenstein 3D, it's not a straight port. Only half of the original game's 60 levels have been retained. Each of those 30 levels, grouped into 6 missions, with 2 levels being secret ones, is a simplified version of an original level. The end bosses for the mission are taken from both Wolf 3D as well as its sequel, Spear of Destiny. Other changes include new power-ups, an ammo box, and backpack that increases the maximum amount of ammo that can be carried. The original weapons, knife, pistol, machine gun, chain gun, all return, but there are also 2 completely new tools of destruction, a flamethrower and a rocket launcher. So that must have been a machine gun I had earlier. So like I said, there's a lot of them on there that are really good, and that I would tell you that would be good to play. Let me think of where we might go next. We might go on the regular Nintendo, and they don't have favorites. Okay, well, we don't have to worry about that then. Let's see if a Genesis has favorites. If I can find the Genesis. I think that's the wrong one. I think I want this one. I do want this one. There are some favorites on there. Okay, so the next time we come back, we'll do some favorites off of the Genesis. We may just run through all 3 of those, or all 10 of those probably next time, because I think I can get them all done in one whack there. So we'll do those the next time, and we'll see how those pan out. Until next time.